auxiliary verb. First of all, let me tell what is auxiliary verb. In common English, that is grammatical terminology. In common English, it is called helping verb. Helping verb. What is helping verb? It is a verb which helps the main verb in detecting the sense and tense. Two things will be detected. One thing we will call sense, another we will call tense. So auxiliary is a verb which helps the main verb to detect about the sense and tense. So auxiliary has two kinds. One is called primary auxiliary. Primary auxiliary. Another is called modal auxiliary. Another is called modal auxiliary. So what is primary auxiliary? First of all, we will discuss about primary auxiliary. Then we will go ahead towards modal auxiliary. So what is primary auxiliary? Primary auxiliary are three. One is called be, another is called do, another is called have. So we have three primary auxiliaries. Be, do, have. Dear cadets, that is just new about you. So you must heed it, concentrate it for the purpose to grasp this point. So be is a lexical auxiliary. Do is lexical auxiliary. Have is lexical auxiliary. All those things which are lexical and grammar, they will have inflectional forms. They will have in common language other branches. So it will have inflectional form. So the first inflectional form of be is. Second is am. Third is are. So is, am, are the inflectional form of be. Then is contain derivational form. So derivational form of is was, and then be. Are, were, be. These are derivational form. Am, was, be. So that is, these are derivational form of am, is, are. And then be contains inflectional form, that is was and be. Was and being. So being will be the same. Third form of all auxiliary, that will be the same. So we can say be is the representative of the family. Be is the representative of the family. When we are going to discuss be auxiliary, it means that we are discussing the whole auxiliaries. We are discussing the whole auxiliaries. Then we are going towards do. Do is an auxiliary. Do is called dummy auxiliary. Dummy auxiliary in the sense which is not the actual auxiliary, but when we need, we take it. When we are in need of do, we are taking it. That is not regular auxiliary. So do, auxiliary. One inflectional form is does, another inflectional form is did. These can be used as an auxiliary. And another thing we call operator. I will explain it later what operator is. And then we are coming towards have. You know, have is called perfective auxiliary. Have is called perfective auxiliary. One inflectional form of have is has, another is had. And has contain another form had as well. So these are primary auxiliaries. These are primary auxiliaries. At the beginning, I have told you that auxiliary are help, or they are helping the main verb. So how they are helping the main verb? You know, main verb contains 5 inflections. That is main verb which contains 5 inflections. What are these 5 inflections? For example, S or ES inflection. Second is ing inflection. Third is AD1. AD1 is called second form of the verb. AD1 is called second form of the verb, and another is AD2, and AD2 is called third form of the verb. These are five inflections. These are five inflections. Be in mind, when there is auxiliary be in a sentence, auxiliary be in the sense, all those be's family. When there is auxiliary be in a sentence is active, not passive. Sentence is active, and there is auxiliary be. So we will use ing form. With auxiliary be, sentence is active voice. You will use ing form. You will use only first form plus ing, which is called progressive form of verb. We will use progressive form of verb. When there is be auxiliary. When there is have auxiliary, we will use third form of the verb. With have. So when we are discussing have, it means we are discussing head and has as well. So when there is head and has, we will use third form of the verb, that is called perfective. Always we will use third form of the verb. When sentence is passive, auxiliary is be. Auxiliary is be. Third form will be used. So passive wise, third form will be used. So with be first form plus ing, and with be third form of the verb in case of passive voice. Understood?
Yes.
And then when there is auxiliary have, third form of the verb we will use. So as far as inflection is or yes or second form of the verb is concerned, we are using no auxiliary. And present and definite s or yes will be used, and there will be no auxiliary. And past and definite second form will be used, and there will be no auxiliary. Here, when we are going to change the sentence of present and definite tense or past and definite tense, dummy auxiliary do will be used. Auxiliary do will be used. Auxiliary do means, and past we will use did, and present and definite we will use does or do, for the purpose to change a sentence into negative or interrogative. To change a sentence into negative or interrogative. And I have told you that the function of auxiliary is to be operator. So what is operator? I will explain what is operator. An auxiliary which can change a sentence into negative or interrogative. An auxiliary which can change a sentence into negative or interrogative is called operator. Here do is operator. Here do is because it is only used for the purpose to change a sentence into negative or interrogative. So the rest contains auxiliary, and when there is auxiliary, just use negative mark not after auxiliary, or to place auxiliary before the subject. Sign of interrogation will be there, so your sentence will be interrogative. Just in one line I will explain how these changes will occur. Just in one line. For example, he will have been. Now about modal auxiliary as well. Modal auxiliary. What are modal auxiliary? First of all, then I will write example, and I will example in only one sentence. So modal auxiliary. Modal auxiliaries are will, would, shall, should, can, could, dare, need not, ought to, must, may, might. So these are modal auxiliary. Will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, dare, need not, used to. Here used to as well.
Yes, sir.
Used to. All these are modal auxiliary. Be in mind. When there is modal auxiliary in a sentence, base form will be used. Base form of the verb. Base form of the verb. And you know base form of the verb, there is a bit difference between first form and base form. Base form, you know, without inflection. First form without inflection. No any inflection will be used when there is modal auxiliary. So base form in the sense there will be no s or yes with the verb. There will be no ing form when modal auxiliaries are there. There will be no ed1 or ed2 second or third form when modal auxiliaries are there. When modal auxiliaries are there will be no any kind of inflection. Inflectionless form of the verb is called base form. Is called base form. Now I will explain just in one sentence, and inshallah you will grasp the point. That one sentence, he will have been plucking flowers from the garden. We are dealing with these three auxiliaries. Modal auxiliary, primary auxiliary have, primary auxiliary been. So, modal auxiliary, after modal auxiliary, base form will be there. So, after modal auxiliary, there will be base form. So, have is the base form. Have is the base form. After have, third form will be used. So, been is the third form of all those. Third form is used here. After be auxiliary, sentence is active, ing form will be used. Ing form will be used. So be in mind one law. Verb will follow the nearest auxiliary. Verb will follow nearest auxiliary. So that main verb will follow nearest auxiliary been. For example, when we are removing been from the sentence, so that will be he will have plucked. Because now have is the nearest.
Yes.
We have removed the been.
Yes, sir.
When have is nearest, third form will be used. When we are removing have as well, so he will pluck, because there will be base form. There will be base form. So this is auxiliary verb relation. Auxiliary verb relation. What form of verb will come with the use of auxiliary? With the use of auxiliary. And now just a single point. When there are three auxiliaries, which one will be the operator? Now we have three auxiliaries.
Yes, sir.
Which one will be the operator? Which auxiliary can change the sentence into negative or interrogative? Be in mind, your first auxiliary will be the operator. Your first auxiliary will be the operator.
Yes.
So first auxiliary is will.
Yes.
He will not. Will he?
Yes.
So your first auxiliary will be the operator. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
If there is any question.
No question.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.